but Charles Hoskinson is hunting for aliens right now. Brad Garlinghouse decided to post a video. He doesn't do a lot of videos, even according to him, and he felt compelled that he had to come out of the video to talk about what has happened with Ripple over the years and the release of the Hinman documents, right? And he doesn't hold back. So it's like 4 minutes. I'm not going to show all 4 minutes, but let's listen to the first 2 minutes because I think it's pretty interesting. And then we can move forward. But it definitely relates to the SEC and what I've been saying at the beginning. So let's do this.
Hi, I'm Brad Garlinghouse. As many of you know, I don't often make videos like this, but then again, not every week has been like this one. A few days ago, after 2 years, 7 court orders, and over $100 million in legal bills, the Hinman speech documents, including internal SEC emails and comments leading up to this now infamous 2018 speech, they've finally been unsealed. Hinman's speech created new factors to determine if a token becomes sufficiently decentralized to no longer be considered a security. At best, these documents show that senior officials at the SEC couldn't agree on the law and told Bill Hinman directly he would confuse the public even more about the rules for crypto. At worst, they show that Hinman deliberately ignored the law, and he tried to create new laws, something only Congress can do. And while he was a public servant, Hinman received millions of dollars of payments from his law firm, which was part of an alliance with others that had a vested interest in this speech. This speech isn't about any one token or any one blockchain. This is about showing the extent to which the SEC has relentlessly pursued enforcement actions against crypto players while professing fake open arms and calls to come in and register, all the while lying about their so-called guidance. As some of you may know, Ripple spent years proactively engaging with the SEC. I personally met with Jay Clayton and Bill Hinman, with no lawyer present. Why would I need a lawyer if we were all coming together in good faith? We answered every question they had, and not once did they suggest to me that XRP was a security. We were fully transparent, not knowing they would then use this information against us. The SEC hit us with a surprise Wells notice saying they were considering suing us for breaking securities laws and still refused to provide specifics. To those that have recently been hit with their own Wells notices and lawsuits, this likely sounds all too familiar. When the lawsuit did drop against us, days before Christmas, a very Grinch-like touch, they made it personal. They sued Chris Larson and they sued myself, alleging we should have known all along that XRP was a security. You can now see plain as day, they couldn't even agree amongst themselves. And to me, it still seems like they can't. What we saw play out in our case is exactly what's still happening.
All right, so you could hear the rest on his Twitter page, but I mean, yeah, I think this is very relevant. I mean, you get, Coinbase has said this too. They got slapped with a Wells notice. They're asking for clarification, got none, and then finally got sued, right? The SEC, that's their model. Even before Gary, even with Jay Clayton, it seems like they just send out Wells notices, don't provide any clarification, and then sue, right? So there's no way any project in the U.S. can, I don't know, can feel safe and truly get registered. It just seems like that's an impossible task. But it does seem like after 2.5 years, this will be resolving soon. And that would be fantastic for Ripple and for the entire community, right? So we will see. We will see. That was a nice video. That was a nice video. And one of the biggest lawyers that's been following the case, who also helped the library, by the way, right, does think that XRP is going to win. And in fact, this John Deaton is the guy who actually got the courts or the judge in the library case to make a verdict that just because a token is sold in a secondary market, like say on an exchange or on a DEX, does not make it a security automatically, right? So that's a big ruling right there. That's a huge ruling right there, because one of the things that SEC was targeting or saying about tokens or coins in general was that if they're traded anywhere, they're considered security. But that's not the thing. Not the thing at all. So we will see. We will see when this case resolves. It will be really big for the entire community. In the meantime, since we're talking about hidden documents, Ethereum, this is kind of interesting. Ethereum's reserves on exchanges have dropped so much that the number of staked ETH that's off the exchanges is about to cross. So that's a huge, huge thing. Think about it. As we try to become more decentralized, what's more decentralized than staking in a wallet versus keeping it on an exchange, right? So this is actually a pretty monumental thing. It hasn't happened yet, but it looks like it's going to happen soon within the next month or so, that there will be more ETH staked in a wallet than being left on an exchange. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And of course, the number of non-zero addresses for ETH continues to go sky high. And lastly, has nothing to do with anything, but Charles Hoskinson is hunting for aliens right now. Supposedly, some alien craft crashed into the Pacific Ocean by New Guinea, and Charles Hoskinson is part of this Galileo project. We received Charles donated 1.5 million to this Galileo project, and he is hunting for aliens and alien crafts right now. And he tweeted out that he found some wire and aluminum, but there's still plenty of ground to cover. I hope you find something. Recently, there's been so many videos about alien sightings, or not alien sighting, UFO sightings. Like pretty clear videos of alien ships. Why all of a sudden? It's about time, really. If you think about our camera technology is so much better now, we should have a lot more if they're truly UFOs. Or maybe they're just spy aircrafts from the government. Who knows? And now there's people coming out and testifying that they worked on alien or worked on alien crafts, and we've been studying these crafts for like 50, 60 years and harnessing their technology. It's wild. It's wild.